Hi everybody, welcome back to my guest room. My name's Elizabeth and we're going to do a little yoga tonight. This is my 12th COVID-19 practice with you, and I thought tonight we would work a little bit on balance. Let's go back to the mat. So let's start here in a comfortable seated pose. Find your sitting bones, anchor in, let your knees drop. And just start with your hands there on your knees. Bring your shoulders up with an inhale. And exhale to slide them down your back. Take a few long, deep breaths into your belly. Allow your ribs to open up with every inhale. And to soften up any spots where you feel stressed or tense, especially in the neck or the shoulders, on your exhale. Bring your hands together at the heart. Take a deep inhale and bow toward your fingertips with your exhale. And find the intention to guide your practice. Seal that intention to your heart. Take your hands down to the knees and roll your shoulders back as you lift your chin and your chest. And welcome yourself to your practice. Let's come over onto hands and knees. Start with your hands right below the shoulders, your hips right over your knees with your toes tucked. On your inhale, take the tailbone up and the heart forward. With your exhale, tuck the hips, tuck the chin, round your back. Inhale to come forward, and exhale to round. And just keep working back and forth like that. And if you find you want to spend a little extra time at the top or the bottom of the gesture, wherever it feels good to you, you're welcome to press out any extra tension you discover there. Come to a flat back and step back with both feet to plank. Then lower your knees, lower your chest. Come all the way down to your belly and roll your shoulders back, lifting into a tiny little cobra pose. Extend both hands back with the palms up, tense your kneecaps, and then lift your legs just a little for locust. Use all of the strength in the glutes, the core, to keep the pose level and stable. And you have to kind of breathe into your upper back here so you don't rock on the belly. Lower your feet, bring your hands below your shoulders. Tuck your toes, push up first to your knees, then straighten your legs, lift your hips, downward dog. Look toward your hands and take a couple steps up toward forward bend. On your inhale, lengthen your spine. On your exhale, bow. Then with soft knees, rise all the way up to standing. Reach your arms up overhead. And exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale and circle your arms up high. Exhale and fold down. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold, and with soft knees, step back to plank. Lower your knees, lower your chest, and then roll up into your little cobra pose. Elbows back. Shoulders move down your back. Extend the hands back. Tense the kneecaps and lift your legs. This time pick your chest up a little more. So a little bit more energy in the locust here. So you have to compress the lower back a little bit more in this one. Lower your feet, bring your hands down below the shoulders. With tucked toes, push up to the knees. Then straighten your legs, lift your hips, downward dog. Look forward and walk up, forward bend. Inhale, long spine. Exhale and fold. Soft knees, inhale to rise up. Reach up, little back bend. And exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale again, circle up high. Exhale and fold down. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold, soft knees and step back, plank. Lower all the way down. Inhale to cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale, back to your toes, right leg up. On the exhale, step through, high lunge. Lower the left heel and rise up for warrior two. Turn the gaze over the back of your right hand, straighten up the spine. Make sure that your hips are open to the long edge of the mat and your chest is similarly open to that same long edge. Take the hands down and return to downward dog. Come back to your toes, left leg up. Exhale, high lunge. Drop the right heel and rise up, warrior two. Straight spine, nice even lunge, open chest, open hips. And take the hands back down, step back to downward dog. And you can choose to stay here, find child's pose, or take the vinyasa by inhaling to plank. Exhale down, inhale to cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward and walk up, forward bend. Inhale, long back. Exhale, bow. With soft knees, rise up, reach up, and exhale, hands to the heart. Find your balance at the top of the mat. If you prefer to balance on a hard surface, you can step off of the mat, or you can stay right here. Or if you're on a carpeted floor like I am, you can step off on the carpet wherever you feel most stable. Bring your weight into that left foot and just pick your right knee up to about hip height. You can keep your hands at the hips, you can let them hang, you can bring them to the heart. We're just going to stand here in a balance for a little bit, trying to anchor into this side. And usually the left side, if you're right side dominant, is a little weaker, and so it's often more challenging to balance on the left side. It's one of the reasons why we do it first. So hang on here, we're just going to hold it. And then set that right foot down. Bring the weight over into the right side, and then pick the left knee up. Same thing, you can take the hands to your hips, hold on there. You can bring your hands to the heart and hold on there. Or you can just let them release to the sides, wherever you prefer to keep them. Again, we're focusing on what it feels like to balance on the right. If you're right side dominant, probably a little easier, a little bit more stable to balance on the right. But you never know. You may find that your right side is your weaker side, even if you are right side dominant. Set the left side down, and we'll resume the vinyasa. Inhale the arms up. Exhale and fold down. Inhale, long back. Exhale, fold, soft knees, step back, plank. Lower to your chest. Inhale for cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to your toes, extend your right leg up. Exhale and step through, find that high lunge. Drop your left heel and walk your hands 45 degrees to the left. Inhale and pick up your chest. Exhale and lower down a little bit. Just sort of sink your chest a little bit closer to the floor, trying to keep your right knee and your right hip at about the same height so you don't have your hips lifted, but rather you sort of lower into the whole thing with your torso. Pick back up, come back to your lunge, and step back, downward dog. Come up to your toes, left leg up. Exhale, high lunge. Drop the right heel, take the hands to the right. Inhale, lift your back a little bit. Exhale and lower. So you don't want to have high hips. You want to keep the hips low and sink into the thighs here a little bit. So we're going to drop the hips to be about the same height as the left knee. Walk back into your lunge and step back, downward dog. Stay here. Take a child's pose or inhale, plank. Exhale, down. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward and walk up, forward bend. Inhale, little lift. Exhale and fold. Soft knees, rise up. Reach up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Take your hands to the hips and your weight in your left foot. Pick that right knee up. And this time, extend your arms up. You can either flex your right ankle or point the toes, whichever feels better to you. Look forward and send that right foot back, coming into a crescent lunge. Take the hands down and push back to plank. Lower to your chest. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Look forward and walk up, forward bend. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. And with soft knees, rise up, reach up, and exhale, hands to your heart. This time, weight in the right foot, pick the left knee up. Hold there with hands on your hips to start until you really establish the balance. And then extend your arms up. Hold here. And then lean forward a little bit as you send your left foot back, coming into crescent. Exhale, hands down. Step back to plank. Lower to your chest. Inhale for cobra. And exhale to downward facing dog. Look forward. Walk up, forward bend. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. And rise up. Reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Take your weight back into your left foot. And this time pick your right knee right up. Cross your left hand over the top of that leg and hold on to the outside of the thigh. Roll the right shoulder back and just turn to look to the top of your mat if you're facing originally the long edge. You can either keep your right hand here or you can extend it straight up. Release and set that right leg down. Same thing on the other side. Weight into the right, left knee up. Start with your hands on your hips. And then cross that right hand over. Take hold of the outside of your left leg and roll the left shoulder back as you turn to face the other edge of your mat. And again, you can stay here or you can extend the left arm. Release and set the left foot down. Shake your legs out a little bit and we'll return to the top of the mat. Inhale the arms up. Exhale and fold down. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold and step back, plank. Continue the exhale as you lower down. Inhale for cobra and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to your toes, extend your right leg up. Exhale and step through, high lunge. Drop the left heel, bring your right elbow to the knee, left hand to the hip. Open that left shoulder, pull the right hip under, and we'll sink into a little side angle pose here. Extend your left arm straight forward, plugging the shoulder back, and then sweep forward to bring that bicep over your ear. Look down and come back into the lunge. Return to downward dog. Inhale, back to your toes. Left leg up. Exhale, high lunge. Drop the right foot, bring the left elbow to the knee, right hand to the hip. Open up for your side angle pose here. Extend the right arm straight forward as you plug that shoulder back. And then slice the air to bring that bicep over your ear. Look down, come back to the lunge, and step back, downward dog. Stay here, take a child's pose, or inhale, plank. Exhale, down. Inhale to cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward and walk up, forward bend. Inhale, little lift. Exhale and fold. Soften the knees and rise up. Reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Take your weight into the left foot again and bring that right knee up. This time, tuck the hips under, keep the hands at the hips, and just straighten that leg. You can keep the foot flexed. If this is too high, you can lower it a little bit. So up here, maybe too hard. May demand too much of your quads. If that's the case, then just keep it a little bit lower. And then set the right foot down. Weight into that right foot, pick the left knee up. So we want to keep the knee at hip height to start, and then start to flex and straighten your left leg. You have the option if you'd like to lower it, if it's too high. And release, set that foot down. Shake your legs out a little bit. And come back to the top of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold, soften the knees, and step back, plank. Continue the exhale as you lower down. Inhale to cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to your toes, extend your right leg up. Exhale, step through, high lunge. Lower the left heel, rise back up to warrior two. Sink into it a little bit, and then rise up for reverse warrior. Cartwheel the hands down, and return to downward dog. Come back up to your toes, left leg up. Exhale through, high lunge. Right heel comes down, rise up first to warrior two, and then lift to reverse warrior. Bring the hands back down and return to downward dog. Stay here, take a child's pose, or inhale, plank. Exhale, down. Inhale to cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward and walk up, forward bend. Soften the knees and rise up. Reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Coming back into our balance on the left side. Take the weight into the left foot, right knee comes up. Reach down with your right hand and take a hold of the outside of your right foot. If you can't hold on to the foot like this, you can use a strap or a towel around the bottom of the foot. And then straighten the leg. You can stay here with your left hand at the hip, or if you like, you can extend that left arm up. Release and set the right foot down. Bring the weight over into the right side. Left knee comes up. Establish the balance there. Reach down with your left hand and take hold of the outside of your left foot. And then straighten that leg. Again, you can use a strap. Whoops, little wobble there. Little tip, tip. So you can use a strap or you can use a towel around the bottom of the foot if you like. And you also have the option to extend the right arm. Release, bending the left knee and setting the left foot down. Turn back to the top of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale and fold down. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold, soften your knees and step back, plank. Continue your exhale as you lower down. Inhale for cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to your toes, extend your right leg up. Exhale, step through, high lunge. Lower your left knee and start to lean into the front knee a little bit, bringing your right shoulder down on top of that knee. Press your hips slightly forward. Lean into it a little bit. We're getting a deep stretch in the top of the left quad. And then carefully pick yourself up, keeping the hips low, and bring your right elbow to your knee. Bring your left hand to your hip and start to sink into it a little bit more. And you can either stay here with the right elbow on the knee, or you can reach up. Bring the hands down and return to downward dog. Back up to your toes, left leg up. Exhale, high lunge. Drop the right knee and then start to settle your weight, bringing your chest down on top of your left knee. Pull the hips forward a little bit and then start to press with a little more weight toward the floor so you get that stretch there in the top of the right leg. And then bring your left elbow up on top of the knee and right hand to the hip. And that'll really intensify the stretch. Sink into it a little bit. And again, you can stay put if this is as much as you want to do, or you can reach up with the right arm. I believe we should be reaching up with the left arm. There we go. That's harder. Look forward and take the hands back to the floor. Step back to downward dog. Stay here. Take your child's pose or inhale to plank. Exhale down. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward and walk up, forward bend. Inhale, little lift. Exhale and fold. Soften your knees and rise up. Reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Take your weight back into your left foot, settling down into that knee. Keep it a little bit soft, and pull the right knee up again. Bring your right hand to the outside of the ankle, and then pull that foot back behind your hip so that your right knee is next to your left knee. Roll that right shoulder back so you kind of pull the elbow behind your waist. Here, I'll turn around so you can see it. Bringing the weight back into the left side. Pull the right shoulder back. And keep the right knee next to the left knee. But we want to keep opening that shoulder back. And then extend your left arm. Release and set the right foot down. Now we'll try the same thing on the other side. Weight into the right foot this time. Left knee comes up, hold on to the ankle, and pull that left foot behind your hip. Bring the left shoulder back, little tuck in the hips, and then extend your right arm. Release and set your left foot down. Come back to the top of your mat and inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold, soften your knees and step back, plank. Continue the exhale as you lower down. Inhale for cobra and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to your toes, right leg up. Exhale and step through, high lunge. Soften that left knee a little bit and rise up for full crescent. Pitch forward a little bit and pull that left knee up into a balance on the right side. Reach down and hold the ankle with your left hand. Pull the foot behind your hip and then extend your right arm. Release, step back into crescent. Hands down, back to downward dog. Back up to your toes, left leg up this time. Exhale, high lunge. Soften the right knee a little bit. Come up for crescent. Pitch forward and transition that crescent as you drag the right foot up. Bring the right hand to the ankle and pull it back behind your hip. Release and step back to crescent. Bring the hands down and return to downward dog. Stay here, take your child's pose or inhale to plank, exhale down, inhale for cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward and walk up, forward bend. Inhale, little lift. Exhale and bow. Soften your knees and rise up. Reach up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Bring your weight back into the left foot. We'll take another balance here. Pick that right knee up. Little tuck in your hips. This time, take your left hand, down to your right foot. Or I managed to grab my ankle. I didn't quite make the foot. Let's see if I can grab the foot. There we go. And then straighten that leg. Roll the right shoulder back, turning to your right. And extend your right arm. Release, bend the right knee, untwist, and set the right foot down. We'll try it on the other side. See if I can catch my foot this time on the first try. Bring that left knee up, reach down, take a hold of the foot. Look, there I got it. And straighten. Roll the left shoulder back, turning to your left. And extend your left arm. Release as you bend the left knee, untwist, and set the left foot down. Come back to the top of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, long back. Exhale, fold, soft knees, and step back, plank. Continue to exhale as you lower down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale to your toes, extend your right leg up. Exhale and step through, placing your right foot between your hands. Drag that right foot back and set your right hand down at the top right corner of your mat. Straighten your right leg and pop up. Start to stack the hip and bring your left hand to the hip, rolling open into half moon. And then extend your left arm. So you can perform this with a block under your right hand if that's better for you. Look down, unstack the hips, and drop back into your lunge. Push back to downward dog. Come up to the toes, left leg up. Exhale, lunge on the left. Draw the left foot back a few inches. Anchor your left hand at the top corner of your mat. You have the option to use a block if you like. Pop up, lifting your right leg. Start to stack the hip. And you can bring your right hand to the hip, or you can open up. Look down, bring the right hand down, unstack the hips, and then set the right foot back into your lunge. Push back, downward dog. Stay here, take child's pose or inhale, plank. Exhale, down. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Look forward and walk up, forward bend. Inhale, little lift. Exhale and fold. Soften your knees and rise up. Reach up. And exhale, hands to your heart. I'm going to walk back to about the middle of my mat so I have enough room to reach forward. Anchor your weight first into your right foot. And then step your left foot back just a few inches so that your left leg's nice and straight. With hands at the hips and a soft right knee, start to pitch forward as you pick that back leg up behind you. And then extend your hands back by your hips. So here we're not stacking the hips. You can keep a little bend in your right knee if that helps. Hands down, drop back into your short lunge, and step back, downward dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale down. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Look forward and walk up, forward bend. Soften your knees, rise up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Step back a little bit so you're more in the middle of your mat. Weight in your left foot. And take that right foot back behind you just a few inches. Hands to the hip to start, little softness in your left knee. And then start to pitch forward as you bring your right foot up behind you. And then extend your arms. Drop the hands and then lower your right foot, coming back into the short lunge, and press back. Downward dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale down. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward and walk up, forward bend. Inhale, long spine. Exhale and bow. Soften your knees and rise up. Reach up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Bring your weight back into your left foot. A little more softness in that knee than we've been using so far, so you want to almost keep a little bend in it so that you can really bounce if you need to. Pick your right knee up, reach the right hand to the ankle, and pull that foot back behind you. Roll the right shoulder back. This time, flex your right ankle and lean forward. And then extend your left hand back. Kick up into it a little bit. And release, come back up, let go of the right foot, and set it down. Bring your weight into the right foot, soft knee. Left knee comes up this time, reach for the ankle, pull it back, roll the left shoulder back, flex the ankle, start to kick away from the body as you pitch forward a little bit and extend the right arm. Release, bringing it back up, and set the left foot down, walking back up to the top of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold, soften the knees, and step back, plank. Continue your exhale as you lower down. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward, come up to your toes, extend your right leg up. Exhale, step through, high lunge. And then draw that right foot about halfway back, walk both of your hands up to the top corners. And then straighten up that left leg behind you as you straighten the right leg below you. So we want to keep that right leg a little bit soft, keep the left kneecap, left toes facing the floor, and then from here, we'll pick up the hands and reach back to the airplane. Oops, I lost my balance there. Bring the hands down, drop back into the lunge, and step back, downward dog. Back to your toes, left leg up. Exhale, high lunge. Drag it back a little bit. Fingertips at the top of your mat and straighten up. Keep that right knee internally rotated. And then start to test that balance a little bit. You may want to soften the left knee. And then pick back up, hands back by your hips. Set the hands down, drop back to downward dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale down. Inhale for cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward and walk up, forward bend. Inhale again, long back. Exhale, bow. And with soft knees, roll all the way up. Reach your arms up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale and circle your arms. Exhale and slowly fold forward all the way down. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Soften the knees, send the left foot back behind you, coming into your high lunge. And then walk it around to face the long edge of your mat, turning your toes so that both of them face the long edge. Inhale to pick up your chest. Exhale and fold. Let your head dangle. You can either bring your hands to the floor, or you can take your hands to your ankles, or take your hands underneath. Bring your hands back below your chest. Inhale and pick up a little bit. Turn your heels in so that your toes are out about 45 degrees and walk your hands over toward your right foot. Inhale here. Exhale and lower. Bring your right elbow to the inside of that leg and just start to lean in a little bit, pressing your ribs open on the left. Walk it back to center. Inhale. And then walk it over to the left and start to bow in. Take your left hand to the inside of the foot. And you sort of press your elbow against that inner calf muscle and start to bow, pressing your ribs open on the right. Walk yourself back to center. Heel toe your feet below your hips. Drop your hips and bend your knees, coming down to seated. Extend both of your feet forward and bring your left foot into the right inner thigh. Inhale the arms up. Exhale and fold down. Inhale, take a little lift. Exhale and bow. Inhale again, nice long back. Bring your fingertips over to the right. Inhale again. And exhale to fold. You can take your left hand, if you like, around the outside of your right foot, or under your heel, or to the outside of your ankle. It should just give you a little bit of extra something to pull against. Again, opening up the ribs here. Walk it back to center and come up to seated. Extend the left foot forward, bring the right foot in. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, little lift. And exhale, refold. And if you prefer, you can be up here. This is great. So if you can't bring your hands around the bottom of your foot, hold on to your ankle or hold on to your shin, sit up a little taller. Just want to get a nice stretch in the hamstring. Pick up a little bit, take your hands over to the left, and on your exhale, bow in. Take that right hand either to the outside of the foot, under the heel, outside of the ankle, wherever you want to grip. And then you can start to pull against whatever you're holding and open up the ribs on the right. Walk back to center and bring yourself back up. Come down onto your back. Bring your knees into the chest and rock a little bit from side to side, rubbing your lower back on the floor. Should feel nice. And then roll onto your left side, tight fetal pose. Open up the right shoulder, take your twist so that your chest faces the ceiling. Carefully bring your knees back up. Rock again a little bit from side to side. And then roll over onto your right. Roll the left shoulder back down. And take the same twist right here. Try to keep your left shoulder either on the mat or working down toward the mat. Unwind and bring yourself back onto your back. Lift and lower your hips a couple times. And walk your shoulder blades underneath your chest, anchoring into your elbows beside your ribs. Pick up into a bridge pose, interlacing your hands underneath your hips and coming up onto your triceps. So you sort of walk your arms underneath the torso a little more. Press the hips high by anchoring into the collarbone and the heels. Carefully unlace your hands and bring your hips back down to the floor. Cross your right ankle above the left knee, and then drop that whole unit of your legs over to the left so that your right knee points toward the ceiling. If it drops in like this, you can prop it up with your left hand. If you want to intensify the stretch here in your right hip, pull the whole thing toward your left shoulder so that the twist is a little tight, more pronounced. You'll feel a deeper stretch here. If it's too much, you can press the knee and the foot a little bit more toward the top of the mat, and it'll loosen it up a little bit so it's not quite as intense. Pick back up, and we'll do the other side. Cross the left ankle above the right knee, and then drop your legs over to the right. And again, you can intensify by pulling the foot and knee closer to your right shoulder, or you can relax by bringing it closer to the top of your mat. You decide where you want to place it. Just keep that knee pointing up. Bring yourself back onto your back, uncross, and extend your legs forward. Reach your arms up over your shoulders. Take a big long stretch, lifting your ribs up,
Get a little space under your back. Stretch and reach, point your toes, extend your fingers. And then with your exhale, bring your hands next to your hips. Turn the palms to face up and allow your toes to open out, your ankles to relax, your knees to open, your kneecaps to face the outside of the mat. And walk your shoulder blades to wherever they feel like they really support your heart. As always with Shavasana, you're welcome to stay here as long as you like. When you're ready to come up, bring the knees up into your chest, hold on to your knees and rock a little bit from side to side. And then roll onto one side and press yourself back up to seated. Roll your shoulders a couple times and return your hands to heart center. Take a deep inhale and bow toward your fingertips with your exhale, with gratitude for yourself, for your practice, and for the intention you chose to guide your practice today. And decide how your intention can serve you and guide you throughout the rest of your day or the rest of your week off of your mat. I thank you very much for sharing your time with me, for sharing your practice with me. The light in my heart salutes and honors the light in yours. Namaste.